Good morning, children. Hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty and taking a very good care of yourself and your family. Welcome to third session, Social Studies, Paper 2, continuation of Chapter 12, Democratic and Nationalist Revolutions, 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. In a third session, we will learn about the England, the Civil War and the Glorious Revolution. We will learn about the Long Parliament as well as the formation of constitutional monarchy. In Europe, England was ruled by kings of the Tudor dynasty at the beginning of the 17th century. At that time, the Pope was the head of the Roman Catholic Church. But the kings refused to accept the authority of the Pope. And they thought that England should be independent of the Pope and Roman Catholic Church. So there are the conflicts between the Parliament and the King as to who was having more power, who is going to be have more powerful in the kingdom. This is the map of England. You can observe on north side we are having Scotland, England on the eastern side, Wales in the center, and the western side Northern Ireland. In this slide you can see this is the family tree of Tudor dynasty, or it is also called as a Stuart dynasty. It has been shown the pictures of James first and hierarchically how it has been passing to from one generation to the another generation, and the last ruler was Anne. In 1603 CE, James first of Stuart dynasty became the king of England, and James first believed in divine right theory. Divine right theory means monarch receives the right to rule directly from the god and not from the people. It means they act as the mediator of god, and they are made to control the people. And he was having a strong and firm belief that the people is not having any authority, only the king can do whatever he or she likes. After James I, Charles I was succeeded, and when he succeeded, he dissolved the parliament and ruled for 11 years without any parliament. But in 1640 CE, Charles I needed money to fight some wars. His treasury was empty, so he was forced to summon the parliament to get some special grants. This parliament continued from 1640 to 1660, and hence it is called the Long Parliament. And the Long Parliament decided to control the autocracy of the king and his ministers. A civil war started between the parliamentary party and the king's party. There was having a series of clashes between these two, as the parliamentary party is supporting the Pope, the Catholic Church, and the King's party supporting the kings, and which has been, this civil war has lasted for 5 years. And at last Charles I was defeated and he was executed in 1649 CE, and England became a republic. In 1688 CE, William of Orange and his wife Mary, granddaughter of Charles I, were invited by the Parliament to occupy the throne of England. Why the Parliament called the William of Orange and Mary? Because when after the execution of Charles I, and when they have formed the Republican government, it was not very successful. So there is a need to have some ruler. So they have invited William of Orange and his wife Mary to form or to occupy the throne of England. In the new system of government, ministers were answerable to the parliament, and the king had limited powers. It means the king is not having any sort of final decisions. He cannot take any final decision without taking any sort of help or suggestions from the parliament. This was called the constitutional monarchy, where the monarch is not act as an autocratic decision maker or autocratic monarch. He has to take suggestions. And this transformation from a monarch to the constitutional monarchy, or the kingship to the constitutional monarchy, it happened without shedding a drop of blood or firing a single shot. Usually, when revolution takes place, especially in the political forms or in a democrat or in a forms of government, usually they'll be having a lot of protest, bloodshed, and all that. But this transformation was take place very smoothly. That's why this transformation is known as the glorious or bloodless revolution. And after the revolution, the control came into the hands of the House of Commons, which represents the middle class. And in the beginning, the right to vote was given only to sections of a population in England. But later, in 1928, the parliamentary form of government grew in stages, and eventually all the people, eligible people, is having a right to vote in England. Hope you all of you understand, children. So now let us have a quick recap. In this session, we learned about the divine right theory, the long parliament, and the constitutional monarchy. We'll understand what is glorious or bloodless revolution, as well as how the England is having the parliamentary form of government. It's a time for home assignment. You have to write some slogans on the importance of vote, and you have to bring an awareness that how the common people is having a more power in formation of government. Thank you.